This is There Goes My Money.
All right. This week on There Goes My Money, we're going to talk about what everyone got. So, who got something?
I did.
All right, go ahead.
So, it's not exactly a news thing, but I want to talk about it because I've been wanting one for 3 years. I got a Cloud Starscream.
Yay!
Oh,
Yay!
wow.
Finally.
Or, I'm sorry, you pick one.
I mean, I'm happy with it. I got it for $40 shipped.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's,
Yeah.
And 2 of the 3 modes are good.
No, all 3 modes are good. I mean, the only real problem this toy has is the shoulders in robot mode, and that's just a materials flaw.
Yeah.
And, I kind of forgot over the years, like, there's actually no reason it has to be that way, because it's like that because they wanted the turret to rotate. The turret doesn't have to rotate for any transformation. They could have made all that, like, fixed in place, and it never would have had the problems it did, and everybody would have liked it better.
So, did you get it on eBay, or how did you get it?
I bought it from someone on Twitter.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a pretty good find. I decided to be broke for the rest of the month, basically, to afford this. And I'm happy with that decision, except for the not eating.
I was happy that I got mine on clearance, but it still wasn't that cheap, I don't think.
Good. I'm glad to have the cheapest one in the group.
Yeah.
I also was able to find the Last Night toys, and I got a barricade.
Nice.
I actually like it pretty well. The transformation is not especially intuitive at first. The arms especially don't seem like they should work the way they work. But like once you actually get stuff in the right place, everything locks together really solidly for the vehicle mode. It is pretty well designed, and the blue color looks a lot nicer in person than in photos. In photos, it tends to come out looking like a little far to the black side, but like almost faded a little bit. It's a much richer blue color in person, so it ended up looking really nice, and I like the accessories a lot too. The little pistol and the billy club, and even the weird ring of guns for the wrist. Like in car mode, I love the way they have that be a gun rack on the back of the window, on the back window. So I'm pretty happy with it, and it's not even that hollow looking underneath, just like the space back here, but otherwise, they use the space pretty well. So, pretty good. That's all I got this week, but nice stuff. I'm happy with it.
Anybody else got anything?
Okay.
I did. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I got the upscaled
Oh, wow, that's
Arcee,
awesome.
which,
You should have had that a month ago, right?
yeah, pretty much. Thanks, U.S. Customs. But
Well, they're
here
keeping
it
us
is next
safe.
to Brainstorm, and you can see she's about Voyager size, I would say.
Like, how does it stack up to like a Masterpiece car?
She's maybe a head taller than a Masterpiece car. Maybe
Oh,
the same
God.
size. Just trying to. I mean, here
Well,
she is.
what about Masterpiece Hot Rod specifically?
Yeah.
I
Because that's
don't
what people are
know.
going to care about.
I could grab him, but
Well, that's usually
Way to go,
Arcee's job, but yeah.
Weijiang.
Well, okay. So, when somebody else is going with what they got, go grab your hot rods.
I
And we'll
can do
come
it.
back to that.
I can do it. I can go. So
Okay.
I got I got the crappiest stuff. So I went to Fairfield, Ohio this weekend, and went to Jungle Gyms, which is a grocery store. I don't know if that one or the other one is the largest grocery store in the U.S., but it's the largest grocery store in the United States. It's ridiculous. And I went to the candy section, and I got Pez. I got G1 Bumblebee Pez, which I'm pretty sure that I've come across this one before. But the one that I don't like, Five Below or something. But the one I didn't remember seeing ever was this Robots in Disguise Grimlock, which I think is pretty awesome because I love Grimlock.
Oh, nice.
And my goal for Red is to have every version of Grimlock that comes out, so it's got to be the Pez version. I posted that to Twitter this week, and somebody responded, "Hey, I actually not come across that one. I hope I can find it." Pez saw it, and then they responded and said, "If you want it, if you're interested, DM me your zip code, and I can tell you where you can get it." Wouldn't it be nice if other retailers or other manufacturers, companies would do that? That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't they just put that on their website?
They
If their
could.
customer service guy has it.
They could, but I think they're going that extra mile with that, building that engagement. I don't know.
Oh, really? Yes.
But Brian,
DM us instead of going to our website.
Yeah.
Everybody.
yeah, you went to Jungle Gyms, and
They
you
didn't have
bring
RC10.
back-
They did not have
They
any
did-
RC. They did not. I love.
Oh God! Ah,
They had Sunkissed. They had
RC
root
is
beer.
determined not. I am being thwarted by RC on every possible front.
And Don, this was the one that you and I went to. So the year
Yeah.
after, I went to the bigger one.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I specifically looked for you. They did not have it.
All right. Well, thank you for looking. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was really surprised that they didn't have it. I did get, and crap, I left it in the other room. I did get all the cans of balls that I could ever want, though. So, in fact, actually, once we get done with this, I'm probably going to go grab it once I'm done with my cheer wine. So, Diecast, you have your
I have my
hot rod.
Rodimus, and here's RC. So she is just a tad shorter.
Oh, good.
That's a pretty good
Yeah, that-
scale, I'd say.
Yeah,
That
they
works
look.
out well enough.
They actually look good together, which I didn't even.
What does Springer
realize.
think?
Springer.
And now you're going to have to get all 6 of those Springers to do height comparisons with that RC for science.
and I have none of those Springers so
That-
far.
For mad science, there's a difference.
I
Well,
also
I'd be pretty mad after buying that many Masterpiece Springers, definitely.
Yeah, I'd be really pissed off.
I also got Laserbeak, the Takara
cool.
version, the only one that actually kind of looks like Laserbeak.
Yeah, the Deco one, that's a lot better than the Hasbro one.
Yeah.
But that's because they basically dipped the whole thing in paint.
And then I got all 4 deluxe movie toys at retail at midnight at a 24-hour Walmart because I was lucky enough to know someone who worked there, and they went out of their way to dig through the back to find them for me.
Cool.
And the only one I've opened and taken out of the box so far is Decepticon Berserker. And I did a review of him. I really like him. I think he's a really good figure.
Oh, nice.
It does look nice. I'm not really interested in the design to own it myself, but like between that and Barricade, the new molds seem like they're coming off pretty strong.
So that's not a retool of the other
Crankcase.
crankcase, correct?
I'm glad you remember those.
It's a completely new mold.
Okay.
Nice.
But he looks really nice. I guess they did a really good job because the car is kind of boring, but it's a black
SUV.
Suburban. So yeah. But yeah, the robot mode's great.
Very nice.
So, anyone else get anything? John?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm good.
I did some pre-orders, but
Well, let's
does that count?
we'll talk about that in a second. That right,
Right.
Diecast?
Yes. So next on There Goes My Money, we have the things that are actually taking our money, or gonna be taking our money. The first order is Transformers Generations Deluxe Titans Return Wave 4 set of 5, which is the Top Spin, Cup, Perceptor, Croc, and Quake.
And if you're watching the video, I have this pulled up from Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not intentionally hiding the Big Bad Toy Store logo. It's just the fact that the way I have the browser cropped. So I'll fix that for next week.
Yeah, but their pages are kind of, obvious. So
Yeah.
Yes, they have a very well-defined visual style for their business, as a good business should.
And it's been the same way
Um,
for 20 years.
Hey, go with what works.
Yeah.
So do you think this is the last wave that will be on blister cards?
No.
now,
No, I think Titan's Return will probably stick with the blister cards. I would not be surprised if we saw a move to boxes with Power of the Primes, but we won't know until probably the end of the year.
I kind of suspect myself they would not do that if there's still movie product current at that time. I think they'd want to keep a visual distinction between movie collector series and regular collector series.
Question for those of you that picked up the movie stuff. With the size and shape of the boxes, can they fit as many toys in a shipping case as they can with the carded stuff?
I don't see why not.
Because they can double up on the carded stuff, the way they stack it.
Yeah, there would be a box size change. The box that came out, it had one of each.
I don't
so it
think
only
they
had
do
8.
double them up.
They don't? Okay.
I don't think they do. I've seen the shipping cases, and they're all sitting, just card and up in the case. So
that seems like a waste.
Well, if you double them up that way, they become taller. So I think it's just based on the volumetrics of their shipping cases.
They used to double them up. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen cases opened and the deluxes were all sitting card end up, so it doesn't seem like they do it that way anymore. And these occupy basically the same silhouette as a blister card, so that they should be able to fit the same number into a case.
But actually, though, with them being a similar size to the black, as we talked in pre-show, the Black Series 6-inch and the Marvel Legends, they could just be using those boxes.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's really not going to. They're just making. They're dropping one case box and producing more of another. But if there's volume discounts by making more of that size box for these new figures, they could actually be saving even more money as far as packaging goes.
Well, the Transformers boxes are actually thicker than the Star Wars Black Series, but they are the exact same height.
Interesting. Okay.
How many Star Wars Black figures come to a case, though?
I think
too many.
I think
it's
4 to a case.
I think it's 6. I remember opening up a box looking for a Hoth Snowtrooper, and I think it's 6 to a case.
Yeah, see, that would be the problem with using the same size shipping cases anyway, because Transformers Deluxes always come 8 to a shipping carton.
Yeah. What else, Diecast?
And they still do.
And more deluxes. We have Transformers Last Night, the Deluxe Wave 1 set of 4, which is the 4 you just saw from us. The Slash, the Bumblebee, which is is that just a straight rebox of that Bumblebee?
The deco is a little bit different, I believe. Actually, it might be retooled a little bit too. I was never 100% conclusive on that.
Yeah. And then, of course, Berserker, which is great, and Barricade, which Chris says is great.
Is Slash just repaint? I can't tell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a less interesting redeco of an old toy.
He wasn't the best Dinobot either.
No.
Sadness. Anything else cool?
Yes. In third party, we have Maz Toys, MAAS.
I have no idea who that is.
And this is that we've seen a Bumblebee similar to this by
Get Right Robot.
And that never actually came out, but this looks like it is going to be mass produced, and I hope this is a test shot because the yellows on this are all over the place.
I was going to say,
I saw a post, I think, on Facebook where they did stress that that sample was very hand decorated, and the yellow colors will match a lot better on their production samples when they come back with like factory paint.
I was going to joke that this looks like a Bumblebee that transforms into Cosmos, but that's exactly what it is.
It's it's cartoon more than meets the eye Bumblebee.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
but it's I kind of like this.
that could be important to specify for some of our audience.
Yeah, I like it. I actually really like this.
Unfortunately, the one pre-order I've seen, Diecast can correct me if there's other options, is just in a 2-pack with the Cliff Jumper with the Gold Bug redeco, actually.
This one is actually listed. They're listing them separate at $39.99 a piece.
Oh, good.
Do we know the scale for this?
No,
4.5 inches, I think.
So deluxe.
Small deluxe.
Yeah.
probably say Scout is more appropriate.
I would consider this if it was painted better, and I'm certain it will be. Neat.
Well, it's nice to see that everybody and not just Hasbro has trouble painting yellow on black. Because
Yeah,
Yellow
that's true.
is the worst. Yellow is the worst color to paint over a darker color because you either have to apply it so thick it's gloppy and you lose the details, or it's so thin the undercolor bleeds through. Like that whole thing with the lead paint in the Thomas the Tank Engine toys a few years ago really ruined yellow paint for everybody.
yeah.
You know, seeing this, the one thing that I took away from this, other than getting a more than meets the eye Bumblebee, is if it's a good toy and it's successful, I hope they would do a more than meets the eye Wheeljack.
That would be
That would be interesting.
I
That would
almost
be
thought it.
interesting.
I was actually thinking it was like a Cybertronian Bumblebee. That's
It is. It is.
yeah. And we have KO Masterpiece Soundwave, and this actually comes with all 6 tapes.
Yeah.
So
It says this
So
is $61. So how much is that shipped?
shipped, you're probably talking about $80, give or take.
It's not bad.
That's still not bad if the quality's there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and especially with all 6 tapes,
Especially
that's
with
pretty
Rat
good.
Bat.
yeah,
Yeah.
So do we know who's actually is this like Yes Model or BB, or do we know who's actually producing it?
Yeah, who's the bootlegger?
Toy House Factory.
Never
which
heard of them.
is- I don't. Apparently they're like third-party companies and they keep changing their names.
Hmm.
So
If it was Weijiang, I'd be like 100% behind this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Didn't Weijiang do a version of this, or aren't they working on one?
I don't know.
I think there's like 2 or 3 of these MP13 KOs coming out. So this is just one of them.
I know there was a big series of the cassettes, the Ravage, Rumble, Buzzsaw, and Frenzy that got KO'd closer to when these originally came out in Japan.
So my problem with KOs in general is, I mean, I have bought one. I like KOs that are crazy and weird, or that
Yeah.
do something different. When it's just a straight up KO of a toy, I kind of shy away from that.
Yeah,
Well, I
it's
mean,
easier to justify it when it's like upsized, downsized, wacky colors, something like that.
Or if it's a KO of a third party toy, I don't care at that point.
Well, even in that case, though, I'm still more of the mind like I want upsized, downsized, fixed in some cases. You know.
Well, like with is that what's next in the like what
Yes.
Diecast is going to talk about next? I mean, I would be totally fine with this, especially considering the cost delta.
Yeah, the next item is the it's basically a KO masterpiece, or not masterpiece, but KO Make Toys Cupola, which is their take on a masterpiece Chrome Dome, and it's getting KO'd, and it's actually available now, and that's going to run you probably about $65.
Right. Now, the one thing, the manufacturer of this is Yes Toys, the Yes Toys BB7, Yes Model BB7, who I've talked about before with the Masterpiece Thrust that they did, that I picked up not long ago. That is a very high quality KO. No leg jangle, solid. The nose cone fits down, looks great. So I'm not even waiting for a review on this. With it being Yes Model, I'm gonna take a chance because their Thrust is a really great figure.
I don't know if this is really necessary because you wouldn't have to pay that much more to get a Make Toys one, and I think they're still available if you really want one.
About 120 to 130, and with eBay having a flash sale right now for $15 off 75 or more.
Which is only good for our live audience because it ends tonight.
Right, but but I mean, also the fact that
Dononomics.
I now have this guy, so a chrome dome to kind of match him would be nice.
I want Hardhead.
And if they do a copy of Iron Wheel for half the price, that would also be nice too. Because I really don't see the Function X line continuing at this point.
It should die.
I hope not.
I mean, I still like now the Highbrow. I had issues with their version of Highbrow, but I still enjoyed all the other Function X stuff. But I really don't think at this point they're going to. I'm hoping they still do a Minerva because I still think that would feel a niche to get a Minerva. But other than that, I don't see them doing the rest of the Headmaster.
There's exactly one Function X toy that matters.
Code?
No. If I can reach it, God. Oh.
It's the Prime.
Yes.
Positum.
Yeah.
Which
Alligator Prime.
he is like a foot and a half out of reach. So
See, I say Code's the only one that matters because that's the one that really hit like the peak engineering quality of the line.
and that was the first one.
Yeah, I mean that's the one that sold everybody on the concept, but like it was just diminishing returns after that. That was kind of the problem, and that's just kind of fan project, unfortunately.
Well,
That's
Smart
the one
Robin-
that sold everybody on the line 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but you still had good ones like Smart Robin, which turned out to be a really interesting engineering.
I forgot about
Yeah.
Smart Robin.
Smart Robin's interesting engineering. The problem is like it was not actually fun to transform. It was
Yes.
just interesting to transform.
I actually enjoyed it. I really like that one, but Code and Smart Robin were the only two I really enjoyed.
No, like Smart Robin's the thing where you get the box in the mail, you open it, you transform it to vehicle mode for the first time, and you are just like in awe at how they have everything twisting and folding and sliding together to make this really different shape. But then you put it aside for a little bit, you come back to it later, and you try transforming it back, and it's like, oh no, this isn't actually that fun. That was just kind of a cool like first reveal. Oh,
Yeah.
and again, that's pretty much just the Function X line,
Cool.
or not, as the case may be.
Yeah. Diecast, anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay, cool. So There Goes My Money will return next week as a regular part of RFC and as a standalone podcast and video.
This has been There Goes My Money.